Hi you guys, coming to you with a project share. I am sharing a junk journal that I made. And so I went with color theme again. And this is, I guess, green and blue and orange. So the first thing is that I used a lot of fibers on the binding that are in those colors. We have front cover, inside cover. This is a brochure. It's actually for sexual harassment, but I like the hands. And so that went in there. I played around with some fun paper I got at the Dollar Tree that was kind of textured, and it was sold as a photo album, but I used it on my jelly plate. I included this ATC, and this is actually made with CD labels that I got at the thrift store. More jelly printing. This is an envelope, or a piece of an envelope. Jelly print. You can see I've got circles, lots of circles. Some washi tape that I really liked. This was a Pier 1 ad. It folds out and we have a map, a jelly print, more painted papers that I made into a little tuck spot, a tag, and here this little guy you can see is the back of the ad. Something from a magazine, which I went ahead and adhered to some spray printing that I did. This was a plastic doily, and it's a little tuck spot. And then behind that I have a magazine image. More jelly printing. This time I did a magazine transfer, so you can kind of see the face there, and I made a crown for the face. I have a tuck spot, and we have a paper napkin that's been decoupaged onto a piece of paper, and so you could write on the back if you chose to. Behind that I have a photocopy of some art that I did. More jelly printing. Have a little library card holder. We have a tag. The tag's got a little shell on the bottom and more of that paper from the Dollar Tree. We have a magazine cutout. Then the back side of the magazine and a little place to journal. More jelly prints. This little guy. Some tags. A little saying that I cut out of a magazine. This was a jelly print on deli paper. This is just some leftovers from some other project, and I have tucked a grade sheet in there, a place to journal, and a magazine image of a frog. This was from a magazine. I tore it out and made a little pocket, and there are a couple of jelly printed tags inside. It's a tissue paper envelope. Some more jelly printing. More jelly printing and some more tags. More jelly printing, and this is from an old calendar that had some koi on it, and I thought this kind of reminded me of the circles, concentric circles that are made when you toss something into water. So I put the fish there. This came from a thrift store. It's a mouse pad and another koi. Here I have a little tuck spot, and beneath it I put a, I used to make full page collages and then I would color copy them, and so that's what this one is. There are images that you can cut out or just use little pieces of. Another jelly print. I have an envelope that I've included goodies in. another tuck spot, and another one of those full 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper that somebody could just cut up and use for whatever purpose. Jelly print, another envelope that is filled with little goodies. Here I experimented with blowing through a straw, and you put a small amount of dishwasher detergent, or dishwashing liquid, and blow bubbles in the paint and the water, and then when the bubbles break, they kind of create cool little patterns. Some stenciled papers. This was an envelope that I just cut and kind of made my own library pocket. More tags. There's another pocket. So it was a little collage. This was an ATC that I had started, again, with those CD labels that I just layered. Magazine image of a gem. This is a postcard I received. Jelly printing on a coffee filter. A napkin. Just some painted paper. More jelly printing. An envelope that is filled with goodies. This is a piece from that calendar. And so I thought that was kind of nice and tranquil. Included that. Here I have a napkin. Another envelope filled with goodies. This is probably one of my favorite pages in this junk journal. I happened upon in a thrift store a giant binder filled with flight patterns for flying into Spokane and from Spokane. And so that's kind of just a little piece of me going out to that person that I'm sending this to. More jelly prints, and they're very tactile, but I just left them that way. More from the calendar. Some sort of game piece. And then this is a kind of a spray ink experiment with one of those little gadgets you find in thrift stores that are meant to measure spaghetti. So that's what that is. And then we have the back cover, which also is jelly printed. So thanks for letting me share that, and I'll be back to share some mail soon. Okay, thanks guys. Bye-bye.